Well, we were talking about games a little earlier. I don't know if our next guest plays a lot of games. I do know, if memory serves correct, that he plays the guitar. We'll see if he's still doing that. But Warren Patton, who's the president of Byerly RV, we go way back. Warren and myself and Marcia and Warren's wife, Sarah, we all went to the Super Bowl. How many years ago was that?
Whenever it was in Indianapolis, it's probably 8 years ago, something like that.
So Warren was in charge of driving the RV. Courtney Landrum and her boyfriend Nick came, and we had a great time. And that was the first time that I really was like, okay, this motorhome thing, this is awesome. Now, I'm not going to tell you any of the rest of the stories.
No, those are the stories I want to hear.
But Warren even performed for us. So are you still playing guitar?
Yeah, a little bit. Not as much as I used to. It's kind of work is busy, but when I get the chance, I do get to play. And even my band put together an album that we released in 2020, which was the last
Seriously?
thing. Yeah.
Oh,
so, yeah.
all right.
Before the pandemic or after?
Literally, we recorded in 2019, and it was all finished right about the time everything was,
of course,
getting going. So
I remember Byerly had a commercial run. I've been here forever, I used to sleep here. That's how much I work here. But Byerly had a commercial running with
the best
band,
jingle ever.
And it was a band, and he goes, "This is my son's band." And
he didn't say that he didn't say it was his son's band. He did say like, I get criticized for my music, I think is what Russ said at the time. He's like, people complain about my music all the time.
Yeah.
Well, we get some interesting comments every once in a while about the song. But yeah, no, he did not tell us that he was doing that.
But that was you guys.
That was us. Yes.
Yeah.
That was
That's
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah. So that was us. That was probably around 2009-ish, somewhere around that.
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
And since the last time I saw you, you're a dad.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have a 3-year-old, and then that is fun.
Yeah.
That is a great probably the best stuff in life right there.
I'm sure it is.
Are you sleeping?
No, we don't sleep anymore. We don't sleep at all anymore.
Okay.
She's decided that like she's going to go to bed at midnight. Every night.
I was wondering. I got a
that.
2-year-old. I was wondering, does it get better? And the answer, I guess, is no.
No, not at all. I think some people have different experiences. We're just not there right now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Soon
good
enough.
luck.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about RVs because you guys have the best of the best. I mean, I kind of tell people all the time, I mean, I've been coming to you guys for service since the very beginning, and I cannot say enough about Barb and Sammy. Like, they always take care of me. And, one time, I don't even know if you know this story. This was like probably 6 years ago, and we were going to go to Florida, and it was during an ice storm. And so we were going to make one stop in Cape Girardeau, then we were going to drive through. And so I brought it out to de-winterize it, and they're like, nope, we're not going to let you do it. But here's what we're going to do. Come to the back. And I got a lesson in how to de-winterize it myself. They were writing down notes for me. And they're like, when you get to Florida, this is what you do. And if you need anything, here's who you call. I mean, your service department is unbelievable. I mean, you really have some talented, kind people in there.
We have a lot of remarkable people. And, that's one of the things that Byerly was always built around was, we didn't come up in the industry. We were manufacturers to start out with. And so we came up, and there's not a lot of big name brands, but the handful of ones, we never had those. So we built service and parts with our ability to kind of come from that manufacturing background was how we kind of built the business. And that's where our investments have really been in the long run. Sure, we carry more types of products than everybody else in the marketplace, but we're really built around having more people in our service department than most people have in their dealership. Which we really do.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. But I mean, I got to tell you, and I know that there's like some algorithm, and you probably know how often I'm on your website because I'm constantly looking at that.
I do see the lead requests come through with your name on them. I do. I get those emails.
Don't tell Marcia how many times I'm looking at it because I know exactly the one that I want next time. I'm like looking at it because, you kind of get that 3-foot-itis is what I call it. Like you get into that one, and you're like, man, it'd be nice though if. But let's talk about you have fifth wheels, you have, travel trailers, you've got the toy haulers. What do you sell the most of?
Well, I think that's you always, as an RV dealer, you always sell more travel trailers than anything else. That's the product that, when you look at families getting into it, and that's always the driver of the business is families, younger couples, older couples, something light,
And
something
a travel
reasonable price.
trailer is
So basically what you're pulling behind an SUV or truck for the most part. Occasionally, ambitious people will try and pull them behind things they shouldn't do, but generally SUVs and trucks and things like that.
sleeps.
How many people you want to sleep? Anywhere from 2 to 10 or more sometimes, because you get bunk model travel trailers. So the same things that you get that you might see in a motorhome outside of an engine, you're still going to have in a travel trailer. So the comforts of home, your fridge, freezer, stove, oven, microwave, you're going to have those. You're going to have bunk models. You're going to have models with 4 bunks in the back room. You're going to have 3 slide outs potentially. So you could have a decent amount of square footage.
And some of these I'm looking at full-size refrigerators.
Yes.
A stand-up shower this looks bigger than my bathroom at home.
Some of them are. Some of them are huge, and especially you get into some of those couples. Like you could get a 22-foot travel trailer that has a bathroom that's bigger than most the ones people have at home, and that has dual sinks, and it's just you're going in there, and the
Heidi,
idea
I don't
is,
even have dual sinks in
Well,
my house.
that's what, Warren, I say all the time, you just got to step in it, because I think too many people think, oh, I would never camp. But they're thinking about the tents and being I mean, this is glamping. Every single thing that you have out there, it's like, oh, no. I mean, you have like you said, a refrigerator, a convection oven, a microwave, a stove. It's anything and everything you can imagine.
That's exactly right. And I think the thing is when people get in and they look at that travel trailer, like you're saying, you get inside of it and you realize that, like, here's a lake house that I'm basically buying at a very reasonable price, and I have my own transportation. I have the ability to have a lake house, but have it anywhere I want to go.
Exactly.
Any destination I want to go. Like, because you travel around in your motorhome. And the same thing with motorized too. Obviously, you never sell as much motorized, but we have sizes that are all the way down to the vans, like people who just want to be able to navigate anywhere, park it anywhere, to the 44-foot diesel motorhomes that are bigger than houses or more expensive than houses, but there's always people out there who they take their home on the road with them, and they can park anywhere for 3 months and move to the next place.
So nice.
And I hate to be one of these guys, but a travel trailer is the most popular thing that you guys sell. What kind of price range are we looking at?
Well, and that's really anywhere, and it gets into the price of the payment or whatever. But I mean, anywhere from just under 20 to up to 50 plus, and it just depends on the range, because we're talking anywhere from a 16-foot travel trailer. You could have a 35-foot travel trailer.
I mean, you could have something towing this thing that's worth more than the travel trailer.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
The prices
absolutely.
of trucks these days.
Well, and that's the thing about, when you get into RVing and you look about the affordability of it, in reality for a family, and so you got kids and you're looking to vacation on a budget, and you don't want to be locked into somewhere. The idea is that you can get a travel trailer, you can travel with your family. It's a reasonable price. Not to mention a lot of payments go out 10, 15 years in some cases. So it really reduces what your actual expenditure is. And all of a sudden you have this vacation thing that you are with your kids, you're taking them everywhere, you're with your family, you're going, and it's reasonable. It has all the accommodations that you want. And your SUV is probably more expensive than it, but here you have this ability to just go anywhere for a reasonable price.
My wife hates going to the same place over and over again. She said, there's so many other places I want to see. Why would I want to, buy a condo somewhere and just keep going back to that same condo?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So now you have, and not only that, you have it. You put your stuff in it. You're not going hotel room to hotel room, unloading stuff, anything.
And I say, it's my sheets, it's my coffee mug, it's my recliner at the end of the night. Like, that's what I love about it. Somebody's wondering how many people buy a pull-behind camper or fifth wheel that don't have a vehicle to pull it. But you guys have that conversation all the time.
Well, actually, so that's another reason. So, I mean, the people that get into RV get into it for a lot of different reasons. And you do have people who buy them and maybe they have a lake lot. So maybe they do want to go to that single destination. They just want a reasonable price thing to put on it. They have people who buy them and put them just to go hunting in there. So there are a decent amount of people who buy it and don't have the tow vehicle, and they just want to put it somewhere. Or there are there's some campgrounds that will actually pull your vehicle in and out of storage for you.
Yeah.
And so you go out and you get a membership to the campground and you tell them what week you're coming out and they'll go put it on the site and then they'll put it back in there and you never even need to tow it yourself.
Well, we go over quite a bit to a place at the Ozarks, and it's a beautiful campground. And a lot of people own their own spots. And same thing, if they live in Springfield or like an hour away from this, they just have a big fifth wheel that stays there, and it's their lake house.
Yeah.
You know, they never move it. But if people want to step inside, you guys are doing something really fun. This expo is January 12th through the 14th, and you have a lot of great deals coming up with that, because I always say that, you know, show pricing is really good. You guys mark them all down, but this is even better than the typical show price.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, currently we have the widest selection in the area. I mean, everything from like I said, single axle travel trailers up to diesel motorhomes that are 44 feet. Everything in between. We have more brands than anybody else, but we're having this in-house expo at the lot at in Eureka, 295 East 5th Street in Eureka. And
if you're driving on 44, you cannot miss Byerly RV.
Well, and you'll see you'll see construction, which we'll talk about.
Yeah,
maybe we'll talk about in a second. But the expo is the 12th through the 14th of January, and we are offering better than show pricing, and that's a huge thing. We want people to get in, maybe do some shopping before there's an RV show. Get the best deals ahead of time and just get ready for camping season early. And, there's other things that we have going on at the expo. One of the advantages that we do have the ability for qualified buyers to get, 90 days till first payment.
That's awesome.
We are giving away $250, parts gift card to our parts store, which if you've been in,
it's massive.
It's huge. I mean, that's for anybody who purchases a vehicle and completes a purchase. And then we do have a lot of door prizes that we're kind of signing, people to come in, sign up, and there's maybe some other gift cards and some other ways to win some prizes and stuff like that as well.
Guess I know where I'll be.
Yeah, come on out. Yeah.
Heidi, I've picked out my travel trailer.
Okay, tell me what it is.
Okay, so there's a big bed for me and the wife, and then there's a bunk bed in back for Finn.
So cool.
Full size fridge, walk-in shower. It's pull behind, is that right? Or I have to hook my car up to it, so I can't. Yeah. And I don't feel like I'm good enough to drive one of those big ones.
Wow, you could. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Yeah.
But this is everything we need and nothing we don't.
Absolutely.
And $227 a month.
Yeah.
That's incredibly affordable.
Yeah, and that's kind of the key, and that's why travel trailers drive the industry. We've heard for years, oh, the baby boomers are going to retire, they're going to drive, everybody's going to buy a motorhome, that's what's going to drive the RV industry. What happened, not just during COVID, but about 6-7 years ago, is what we really saw was sure the people who wanted to get the motorhomes, that generation that was aging out, retiring. Yeah, sure, they were going to buy the RVs, but what we really saw was there's a whole generation of younger people looking to get into affordable vacations, and they really drove the younger generations and the younger families really drove the growth of the industry for the last 7 years.
And who are you seeing at campgrounds, Heidi?
You see everybody. You see people that are full-time RVers living in them. You see families. And I will say, growing up, we had a pop-up camper. And they are probably my best memories of being out in the pop-up camper with my mom and dad and fishing and, playing games. It really is a special thing. And I don't think anybody in my family thought that I would now be the RVer, but I've just changed the way we RV. And you mentioned some construction. What are you guys doing?
It's totally top secret. When you drive up and you're headed westbound on 44, you're going to see some big construction going on. And what we're doing is we're expanding service, but we're also offering some other services as well. So what you're going to see as you come up with those big walls is we're building an indoor storage facility. And then next to that will be a 16-bay service facility for a retail service.
16 bays.
Yeah.
How many do you have now?
Well, currently we have 12. And we do a lot of work outside because we filled the 12 bays. And so we're going to add 16 bays just for retail, just for customers who want to get retail service. And so that'll be kind of the drop-off point there. And we'll still have our existing facility that we'll use for a rental team and for our PDI, for the sales vehicles and stuff like that. Big expansion there. And then, we'll have indoor storage, and there'll be a lower lot that has self-serve customer outside storage as well.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Before we let you go, somebody said that what brand of toy haulers do you carry? I mean, you have a couple.
We do, and so we have Vengeance from Forest River, and then we also have Alliance has a Valor toy hauler. We have a couple variations in Alta has a small travel trailer toy hauler, FSX as a small travel trailer toy hauler. And then we do have one of the only brands of motorized toy haulers that there is, which is the Thor Outlaw.
I saw one of those in a RV park, and it is crazy.
Yeah, they're really cool. They come in both Class C and Class A's, but I mean, if you can come out and see it, we got a big painted Class A Outlaw with the big garage in the back, and so nobody else really makes that other than Thor. That's the motorized toy hauler that is out there.
All right, we'll have to get out to the expo, which is happening January 12th through the 14th. All kinds of fun going on. Warren, I am so happy that you're here, and don't check all those emails of how often I'm
I won't tell anybody.
Tiff and Breeze. So great to see you. Tell everybody I said hi.
Absolutely. Thanks, Heidi. I appreciate it.